Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Drawing with Mr. Spolvita. I'm Mr. Spolvita.
I'm Bennett.
And we're continuing to count down the 12 days of Christmas by making 12 days of Christmas art. Yesterday, we made an elf on a shelf, and today Bennett can tell the viewers at home what we're making.
A T-Rex folding surprise.
A T-Rex folding surprise, and can you let them know what materials we'll need for today's art piece?
Piece of paper, something to color with, a ruler, and some coloring supplies.
Alright, and something that we're coloring with today are going to be alcohol markers, but at home you guys can use crayons, colored pencils, oil pastels, watercolor paint, whatever it is that you feel most comfortable with. So go ahead, pause this video, go grab those materials, and when you're ready, come join us for a little Christmas art. Alright guys, so we're going to start off with our paper. We're using cardstock, but you can use regular copy paper, line paper, anything that you want, but I think a blank paper is probably the best way to go. Okay. The first thing we're going to do with this paper is hold it vertically like this, and we're going to fold it in half. We're going to try to make sure we match up the corners, right? So we'll match up the edges. There we go, that corner, that corner. There we go. Want it to be as crisp as possible. We'll fold it up here with a nice crisp line. You did a really good job at that. I had to turn my paper. You did a really good job on that one. So we got that fold. Next thing, right after we fold it in half, we're going to take this top half of the paper and fold it upwards to these corners over here. Okay, so let's go ahead and match those up. I think that looks pretty good on mine. All right, so there we go. How'd you feel about that one?
Good.
Good? All right, awesome. Okay, so now we're going to take this paper and turn it around because we're going to need a line on the other side. So the best way to do that is by folding this paper, and then we're going to take this edge and then pull them all the way up on this side. So this way we have like almost like a rectangle. Okay, I'm trying to line these up as best I can. Doesn't have to be super perfect, but you know what? We're going to do our best on this one. Boom. Looking pretty good. The moment you make that nice crisp line, we can put it back down. Yep, just this back part. Yep, good. And then we'll flip it over. And this is going to be the base for our drawing. All right, guys. So next step, we're going to grab ourselves a ruler. And what we're going to do is, because we're making a T-Rex folding surprise, we're going to, and this is the 12 days of Christmas, we're actually going to have the T-Rex popping out of a present, like a Christmas gift. So we're going to start thinking about the size of our gift. And I'm thinking, we'll make it kind of big, right? So I'm just going to grab this ruler. I'm literally putting it to the edge, like on the bottom. And I'm just going to kind of maybe take over, maybe from here to about here, right? Just kind of on the edges. You could kind of make it as big as you want, as small as you want. But I'm making it from about here to here. Just kind of leaving a little space for some of the edges. Okay? And if you really want to know my measurements, I'll actually do that right now. I think it's about 18 centimeters in length is what I chose, but you can choose any length you want. Keep it short, keep it long. It's up to you. It's your gift, okay? So I'm going to leave it like that, okay? Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just make some straight lines going up. We can use the ruler for that as well. But we don't want the lines to go across here. We want to keep them on the bottom, okay? So we'll go ahead and do a couple straight lines. So we'll do a straight line over here to where the fold is without going over it. Good. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So grab this ruler again. I'll bring it on up just a wee bit. Okay. So that's looking like a really wide present, right? So I'm really curious as to how big my dinosaur is. So this one's going to be kind of fun. The next part is we're actually going to make another line on the top portion, but just a little bit outside of where this line is. So I'm just going to go just a couple centimeters off of it, just a bit, okay? And so I'm just going to put a line over here, because I'm leaving myself this gap, right? Leaving a gap, just like that. There you go, good. Yeah, and you can make the top part as thick as you want, as light as you want. It's entirely up to you. I'll do the same thing on this side. I'll give myself another little bit of a gap for the box top, because usually the top's a little bit bigger, right? Okay, so I'll do that. And the last thing I need to do is just kind of connect where these guys go, or just kind of just make a straight line. If my other line's not as long, like if you look at mine, like that one's short, I'll just connect it after, right? So I'll just kind of go across, stop right about where that line is, and then I don't really need a ruler for this part. I'll just kind of close it just like that. That's going to be my short little box right over here. Okay, good. All right, next thing, do you want to add a bow to this, Bennett?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll add a bow? Okay, so and this is the way that I make bows. You don't have to do it my way if you don't want to. but I kind of put like a circle over here, right? And then I kind of give it almost like butterfly wings. It sounds weird. That's kind of the way that I do it. So I'm going to just kind of put this out here like that. And then I do another one over here like that. Yeah, I kind of gave it a little bit of a bump, yeah. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I kind of give it a little bit of a bump. Yeah. Because I figure it's not going to be 100% perfect. Good. And then normally I do this. I just kind of shove 2 lines off of it. So it's like a legitimate bow. Okay. And then I guess the next thing we got to think about, because I didn't think about it until just now, but it's got gift wrap on it, right? So do we want to put a pattern onto this?
Yeah, we could probably do like a stripe pattern.
Ooh, you want to do a stripe pattern? That's fun. Okay, so let's do a stripe pattern. So we got the rulers. We might as well do it, right? So let's make like diagonal stripes. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right. I'll also kind of make the stripes kind of go in this way, but I feel like with boxy things, they kind of have a little bit more of an angle, right? So I think I'll just take this line and kind of shoot it a little bit higher up. So this way it looks like it's on an angle on this box. Hopefully that kind of makes some sense. So I'm just going to kind of put these on an angle. Good. And I think that's kind of cool enough, right? Alright, so the next thing we'll do is we'll actually open these up. And we'll take these rulers and we'll close off the shape, because we want the shape to be closed on the inside. Okay, so I'm just going to take this ruler, I'm going to close these lines off. They're going to be on the actual crease that we made earlier for when we folded these. Okay, so that this way the box is closed here and the dinosaur can be inside, right? And this part will be closed off as well. Ooh, kind of moved my ruler, my bad. I guess I'm going to make a thicker line than I want, but that's alright, that's cool. We'll deal with that. There you go. So I'm going to actually make this a little bit thicker. There we go. Boom. Okay, so now we got a closed off present, so when we close it off like this, it actually looks like a regular present, regular gift. This one for me, I don't know why, it seems like a flower box or, you know, like a vase or something like that, or maybe there's some clothes in it. I don't know, but the T-Rex is going to be a fun little surprise when we open it up. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started with our dinosaur. Okay, so we're going to actually start off with the snout going this way. We're going to end up with the tail on this end. Okay, and to do that, we're going to go ahead and draw like almost a straight line, but it's going to come down to a curve on that side, just like that. So this is going to be the snout end, right? So because it's the snout, I'm going to give it a little circle. This can be its little nostril. If you want to make it more ovular, right, more elliptical, you can, right? So more of an ellipse. Good, I like your nostril. We're going to go ahead and give him a smile, guys. It's Christmas. We'll give him a smile. Give him a smile just like that. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and give him his mouth right about here. It's going to be kind of a flatter jaw for our T-Rex buddy. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and continue the top part of his head, kind of giving him this round end. Like, so I made this part flat, but then I made that part a little bit more round, right? Because we want to make sure that we got some space for his eyes. And because he's really happy, he's got this big grin, instead of giving him open eyes, I'm going to give him closed eyes. Just going to kind of go with like a little N shape, like a little arch for his eye. Okay, we'll come down here a little bit for the neck, so we'll kind of put his neck in here. Just a little curve, nothing too crazy. Good. And then we're actually going to give him some arms. And so T-Rex's big arms or little arms? What do you got?
Little arms.
Yeah, kind of like little arms, right? And so we'll kind of take this, and then we'll bring his arms over here, and then we'll have them kind of curve. So I kind of went across, down, and then I went back up on an angle. Yeah, good. So down, back up. Good. All right, and then we're going to go down here because his elbow is going to be right about here, and we'll curve it upward. Yeah, you're going to go on an angle and a curve. Good. So look, this kind of gives him the silhouette of the arm over here, which is perfect. We'll go ahead and just kind of bring his belly down a little bit. Okay. I'm going to give him this big old mighty legs, because we know T-Rexes have got them big legs. So I'm going to give him this mighty leg, and then I'm going to have his foot go inside the box. So it's kind of like a hook with a line. Okay. Oh, and you got space, right? So for you, if you want, you can actually add in his claws for his feet. So you can kind of bring it like a U shape. Okay, yeah, kind of like that, kind of going across. Yeah, good. And then you can kind of close them off too. And if anything, you might even have them standing on top of something, which is going to be kind of cool. So everyone's like dinosaurs, like depending on how much space you left, you can add some things. Like I might add some lights or something over here, or I might add a tree or something, right? We're all going to have something different with our T-Rexes, but that's kind of cool, right? Because you can bring them straight across just like that. And because, let me just kind of pretend, right? So if his leg's over here and you're coming this way, I can actually bring it up on an angle kind of like that. So that's kind of what you can do. So you can kind of bring it up on an angle. Good. Yeah. And then I will go ahead and kind of give him a little line going back in here. And because I want his legs to be really round, I'm actually going to just put another round curve right over here. Just like that. Perfect. And this end would actually attach to his tail. So I think what we can do is we'll continue this line and we'll kind of bring it up, because we want to bring it up because we don't want to bring it to the edge, because if we bring it to the edge then it's kind of going off, right? Yeah, just like that. And I think the other best part is instead of coming up this way, we'll actually come back down the back. So I'm going to go ahead and take my line this way, give him a little bit of a hump, and then bring it to the tail. Okay, so yeah, just like that, a little bit of a hump. Then bring him to the tail and try to connect the tail in there. Okay? Kind of like that. Good. So we got him on the sideways perspective. I'm thinking he might need something to kind of make him stick out. Do you want to give him like a bow?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to give him a bow tie? We can kind of put him around his neck. So we'll give him a circle. Kind of start off the bow. Yeah. And then remember how we did the butterfly? It's very similar to that, except it's more kind of triangular. But the ends are round, right? Right over here. So these parts are rounder than being more triangular. So we can kind of give him a bow tie. And we can kind of do it on this side too. So we'll kind of loop that in there. Just like that. He's going to be a snazzy T-Rex dino. I think he's going to be fun. He's going to be cool. We can add some patterns to our dinos, right? We can add some freckles if we want. So we might add some dots over here, right? We can also, if you want to, we can add some stripes going across his back. So let's add a few stripes. I'm just going to add them going all the way down. I might make some bigger near the center of the dinosaur, and then I might make them get smaller and smaller as I go to the tail. Right? So I might just kind of let it change in size until I get there. Do you want to give him any spots or scales on his belly, scales on his tail? What would you like to add?
Nothing.
Nothing else? You like him this way?
Yes, good.
Alright, so I know you like him this way, and that's cool. I will let you stick with that, but I'm thinking I might actually make some claws over here. I might just add some lines here. And I think I'm going to add a little bit of a belly over here. So this way I can kind of have another color. And then maybe some spots. Okay? So I'll give him some little A spots, or some areas where you can have like another color, okay? And then the last thing we're going to do, you and I, kind of figure out how we want to fill up the space, right? We can have extra presents inside of here. We can have some trees. We can have some things. We're going to brainstorm and we're just going to draw it out, and we'll actually put this on a time lapse, okay? So let's start the time lapse right now. Alright guys, we're back. A couple things that I added to my dinosaur was I added a little bit of snow, and I also added a tree in the background and some Christmas lights. What did you add, Bennett?
I added rock, some snow, and some Christmas lights.
Ooh, rock, snow, and Christmas lights. I think these are going to be really cool. Alright guys, so we're up to the fun part of this entire art piece, and it's the coloring stage, okay? So you guys can watch us in this time lapse of what colors we're going to use, or you can kind of pause the video, choose your own colors, and then kind of watch what we choose and see how similar or different our dinosaurs are, okay? So let's go ahead, let's jump straight into a time lapse. girls, we are back with our T-Rex folding surprises. We're going to open them up together, okay, on the count of 3. So 3, 2, 1, go ahead, open them up. All right, so these are looking pretty cool. I noticed that Bennett, you and I went ahead and actually colored the presents the exact same way, like traditional red and green for Christmas. I like how we have 2 different bow colors, and we did choose mostly primary colors for our lights, right? I like that you chose to color in your dinosaur green. I like the green. I think that's a really nice touch, and I really like your rock over here. You were mentioning earlier when we were doing this, it kind of reminds you of a tree stump, so I think that's kind of dope. I think it's kind of awesome. I chose to go with the purple dinosaur, similar to Barney. I try to go backwards and back into the 90s for that one. I did choose like a yellow belly, some turquoisey bits, and I did kind of color in this tree a little bit in the background. But overall, Bennett, did you have fun making this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a blast. What was your favorite part?
Actually, like coloring in the dinosaur.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite part. Anytime I get to use alcohol markers, which is probably why I use them a lot in these videos, I have a blast. I love the coloring phase. If you guys at home made a folding surprise just like us, and it turned out really great and you're really happy with it, please send it to me in the email in the description down below. And guys, tomorrow, please join us as we continue counting down the 12 days of Christmas by making 12 days of Christmas art. Tomorrow's video, we're going to be making a snow globe, so we can't wait to see you there. You guys have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.